Welcome everybody, Steve here. Yes, I'm sitting on my throne, but there's an issue. In fact, there was an issue. I fixed it and it's all good now, but have you ever had your toilet where it would just keep on running, keep on filling, and it's just one of those little things that you've got to, it's regular maintenance. It's, little things that you got to do to keep everything working. But anyway, I'm going to show you what happened to mine. I'm going to, we're going to go over a couple things that can happen to your toilet and some of the things that you just may have to do. And it's really quite simple. It's a toilet. Chances are you got more brain cells than it does, so you should be able to tackle it. So let's look at it. Lighting's a little poor, and I've got the shelf over top of my toilet, so it's really hard to see, but I'm going to show you anyway. So one of the first things that can happen is you got your little flapper there. You can see it moving up and down. And sometimes that can deteriorate. And it's just a matter of just replacing it. Just kind of snaps into place. And I've actually had to do this once before. There's actually there's a washer right here. You can see that, my finger's on it. You can replace that as well. And sometimes they just get a little old. Especially if you put, those tablets and things in your tank, that can deteriorate your parts fairly quickly. So I don't use those things because I don't like fixing my toilet. But another thing that can happen, as you can see here, there is a lot of calcium buildup. Just going to make sure that I can try and get that in focus here. Just give me a sec. On a new style of toilet, this is your float. So it just moves up and down. Now if you have an old style, it's got a little bar here and a valve, and then it's got the float that kind of just floats in your tank here. So you can see what's happening. There is some calcium buildup, and what was happening with mine was some of the calcium buildup was on the inside where this went up and down, and it was not allowing it to completely come to the top. So, how do you fix that? Well, it's quite simple. Since it's caused by a calcium buildup, I just use, this is actually a CLR. You can use whatever product you use or you have. Just put a couple glugs in. I turned the water off, so I'm going to turn that back on. Oh, gotta get in here. I'll be right in the back. We'll watch the float come up. Probably have to speed this up. Okay, you can see the float starting to come up here now. And you can see how it kind of slightly jammed there a little tiny bit. So if it was stuck down here, it would still keep filling, and then it would go through the overflow over here. So we'll let that sit overnight, and believe it or not, that fixed my problem. I know this seems like a simple little video, but there's so many people out there that, when a little thing happens, first thing they do is they call a plumber, and it's going to cost you a lot of money. Do a little bit of investigation. Toilets are really quite a simple little thing, and there's so much information on YouTube. It's a great little spot to go to for you DIYers. And like for this one, it was one of those things that was happening on a daily basis for me. Sometimes it would work, sometimes it wouldn't. I looked into it and I just kind of noticed that the float wasn't going to the top, and I thought the only thing that could be causing that would be a little bit of calcium buildup, put a little bit of decalcifier like the CLR that I'm using here, and overnight problem was fixed. And toilets are relatively easy and cheap to fix. You know, if you have to buy a new flapper or a new float, you know, that's pretty cheap stuff and relatively easy enough to fix. So don't be afraid, save yourself some money. Could be just as simple as the fix that I just did. So, if you got a toilet that won't stop running, take a look, give it a try. Maybe this fix will work for you. Thanks for watching.